All right, so what do we mean when we say excellence in primary languages across maths and trusts? Well, first of all, we think support is the most important thing. So not just boosting teacher confidence, which we've done forever, but also meeting the diverse needs of the children in the classroom, again, which we do and have done for a long, long time throughout our scheme. We see the scheme as the starting point for support, really. And as I've just said, the fact that behind the scheme is a support network of professionals who have experience across primary and secondary language teaching, native and non-native speakers, so we can see it from both perspectives. And it's a live scheme. So we love the fact that teachers and coordinators will come to us and just say, can I just ask, or what would you advise for this? And that's what we pride ourselves for. That, along with our CPD, our professional development offer, which we have both live and recorded versions of, so it can be used in a flexible way. So definitely support first. And then we think being collaborative is something that really pays dividends. So allowing you to lean into the support, not just of what the individual schools might get from their membership to a scheme, but also for you to magnify that on a trust-wide vision. We know that together we're more than the sum of our individual parts, and we can really achieve great things. We've seen that out there in different clusters of schools and different trusts of schools. So we encourage you to collaborate, not just amongst your trust, but even between trusts as well. So I mentioned at the start of the call, you might want to use tonight's session as a way to network with other language leads in other trusts. And why not? If you're happy to share details or connect with the people, then certainly do that. It might be that you decide you're going to centralise your assessment practices throughout your whole trust. You might decide that you're going to develop a buddying system or a coaching system. So that idea of helping each other is really, really valid. We also believe that it should be non-judgmental, and the fact that all progress made, whether it's on the pupil side or the school side or the trust side, is valid. We know we need to take into consideration all the different starting points and all the different contexts from the schools that you're working with. Every school has different priorities, so it's important to lean into that, find out what they are, and as a scheme provider, we believe we can slot in at any point along that way. And then the final thing we think that excellence is realistic. So we know, because we see our scheme being delivered in over 1,300 schools throughout the country, that it is ambitious, but it is also realistic. It can be tweaked, it can be tailored. It really does work with the children it's aimed at. And as I said before, we're a live scheme. So we've really got our finger on the pulse when it comes to any developments in a kind of national capacity. So if the Department for Education and the national curriculum decides to do something different, and we know we're under curriculum assessment review at the moment, but as and when those changes are made, we will adapt accordingly. Do you want to add anything to that, Will, or should we come on to
Uh,
what excellence is not?
just quickly, yeah. We really believe in the concept of being a supportive lead or in your trust, because that's what then the great building blocks start from. If the people in your trust that you're leading trust you initially, and you can build that environment up, then you can have more of an impact in those schools. So yes, it's very much all, let's be supportive and hold hands and be happy together, but it is more build those relationships first, focus on building solid relationships with the other people in the trust, because then more collaboration occurs, and then you can get onto the other higher stuff that we're going to look at too. So that's the reason why we think it's supportive first.
It drives momentum, doesn't it? And I think you can
It
see
does.
when it comes from the top, so you're in a position where you can have that impact on the schools that are within your trust, then that momentum really, you can see it driving standards forward. So, what excellence is not? We're very passionate about these three things that's going to come up on the screen now. So, it's not about every child becoming fluent in a second language magically over the time that they are with you. We'd love that, but we are also very, very realistic. And it's not even that isn't our number one goal. Our number one goal is about opening every young person's eyes to what languages are and what they can do for you. So, yes, ambitious, but realistic progress in one language as currently requested by the national curriculum. But even more than that, it's developing curiosity to continue with language study. That is our remit. We know that there is a little drop off when children get to pick their GCSE options. We need to make sure that that momentum that we do see in primary schools really finds its way through to Key Stage 3 and beyond. It's not about being unrealistic either. So we're not expecting schools to suddenly magic up more than an hour's provision a week or confident, fluent teachers in every school. And we also are very aware that children do not progress along the same trajectory. So again, it goes back to all those different starting points, different contexts. I know that's something that Ofsted are really taking into consideration with their review as well. So let's not be unrealistic about what we're able to achieve. We're also not just doing this to be compliance driven. It is not a tick box exercise. We are passionate about making schools passionate about teaching languages. And we know we're preaching to the converted here on this call because you guys are all either specialists or leading languages and hopefully super passionate yourselves. And it's about making sure that filters through.